Hello, everyone. I'm Ken Morefield, the owner-operator of artsandfaith.com, and I'm pleased to have a few moments today with James Vanderbilt, director and co-writer of Nuremberg. James, congratulations on the film, and thanks for taking the time.
Thank you for having me.
So, James, voters at artsandfaith.com picked Judgment at Nuremberg in 2024 as one of the top 25 spiritually significant films of all time
Hmm.
uh, regarding crime and punishment, like themes about crime and punishment. How would your film differ from Stanley Kramer's, and what's your message to people who are fans of Kramer's film about why they should go see Nuremberg as well?
Well, I'm a fan of Kramer's film. I think it's
Okay,
one
good.
of the great films ever made. 1961. We looked at it a lot in terms of inspiration. This is a different story than that film. That film takes place about 4 years after our film. This is about the first Nuremberg trials, which put the highest-ranking Nazis on trial. That movie is
Hmm.
they can't even get someone to be the judge. That's why they have to bring Spencer Tracy in because the trial's been going on for so long. So it's a different period of time. This is almost a
Hmm.
prequel to that film, and it's also a moment in time where the world came together to choose justice over vengeance.
Okay, so uh, different time period earlier in the process and a
A
different
different
story.
story.
Um, at a key point in Nuremberg, the Douglas Kelly character played by Rami Malek makes a somewhat controversial statement that the difference between them, meaning the Nazis, and us, meaning the Allies, is that, well, there really isn't any. Um, is that his point of view, the point of view of the film, or one point of view among many of the film?
Well, I don't think it's necessarily the point of view of the film, but I do think it is the point of view of Douglas Kelly. And
Hmm.
that line and that scene came directly from the book that Kelly wrote, 22 Cells in Nuremberg. And which was basically an account of his time with all of those different Nazis. And those are the conclusions that he came to, which were not a popular conclusion. I think everybody sort of wanted to other the Nazis. It's sort of it's easier to sort of think, oh, they're completely different from us, and this could never happen, in a different country. And his conclusion was they're closer to us than we'd like to believe. Now, the film itself, it's really important to me that this film was a thriller and not a
Hmm.
polemic. It's, my friends call them spinach movies, where it's like, oh, I gotta go see this movie.
Hmm.
It's important, and I built this to not feel that way at all. And I think if anything, the point of view of the movie is to, I worked with David Fincher years ago, who said something to me, which was good movies make you ask questions, bad movies give you all the answers.
Hmm.
The point of view of this movie is to make you ask questions.
Okay. So, could you talk a little bit about how you did that, given the fact that most of the people watching the film will know the outcome? How do you make it into a thriller or keep that dramatic tension when you're dealing with a well-documented historical event that most of the readers are going to know how it ends?
Well, I think part of it is just, I mean, I think that's true of any sort of historical movie. It's sort
Hmm.
of especially about true life events. The other thing is, I grew up with two grandfathers who fought in World War II, and I knew the history and stuff like that. But I talked to my kids, who are teenagers, about it, and it's like talking to them about the American Revolution. So it's so far removed a little bit from current generations that it's surprising how many people don't know how it ended, who don't know what
Oh.
actually happened to Herman Goering. I mean, I've sat in movie theaters when Goering, what happens to Goering happens to Goering. People had no idea. So and one of
Mm.
the reasons we built the movie the way we did was that so you could go into it not knowing, that you could get a full meal. So many, I find, World War II films sort of assume a level of knowledge about the
Hmm.
time period that we didn't want to assume for this modern audience.
Excellent answer. Okay, so the name of the film is Nuremberg. James Vanderbilt, thank you for your time.
Thanks so much, Ken.